Hello and welcome to the debate. Today we'll be asking some of the big questions. Who is the better drivers, young or old? This has been an ongoing argument for the past couple of years. Throughout the show, I hope to give more insight into the issue. Each side raises interesting viewpoints, e.g. older drivers would claim younger drivers are inexperienced in dealing with the road conditions and they are all boy racers. I recently spoke to an older driver, Adrian Drake. We hear his thoughts on the matter.
There are very good young drivers and there are also very good old drivers. But unfortunately, between two parties, they also bring themselves to the media.
Drivers under the age of 20 have more fatal accidents than drivers over 75, but there were 10,974 accidents involving drivers over the age of 70 in 2011, says the Department for Transport. David McArthur, a driving teacher, talks about his thoughts on the matter.
You always get the cliche of the older drivers, saying I've been driving for like 50 years and have never been involved in an accident, but have probably caused countless ones and been lucky enough to drive okay away from them. It really depends on the individual. Some elderly people have never sat a driving test, never had a driving lesson in their life. I would say it really depends. I would probably go personally with the younger drivers.
However, young drivers would claim older drivers would have slower reaction time and are confused sometimes, or they are slower than other people on the road. Jack Denver, a young driver, discussed his viewpoint on the matter.
Realistically, because like most people my age who have passed their test or on their parents' cars, I think the added fear that if you crash that car, there might be an accident involving your face and your dad's fist. To older drivers, I would urge you to show consideration towards younger drivers whenever they're out in the road, fresh-faced, and in return will show the same level of consideration towards you and your driving.
I wanted to gather a fair but equal opinion from the public people on who they think are better drivers.
Obviously you think that more experienced drivers, olders, are going to be better, but then again, people who've been driving for a long time tend to fall into bad habits, so probably new drivers.
I think young people get a bad reputation. I think a lot of them are careful drivers, but people aren't giving them the credit they deserve.
I think the younger ones are more attentive, than the older ones. You often see quite a lot of old guys coming down 15 mile an hour and all. I would think probably if they had to do their test again, probably would never get it.
It's really hard to say because you get some young drivers and they're really, really good, but they get other young drivers and they're boy racers.
Some of the young drivers are very good, more courteous. Some of the old drivers tend to be a wee bit bad-tempered.
Well, it's the end of the debate. Just to round it up, I believe it doesn't matter what age you are. Anyone can have an accident. Sometimes you be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I hope this debate can be put to rest. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another debate.